Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Rick Rods. We've got an exciting set to look at today. It's the Elf Clubhouse set 10275, which has only just come out. It's the 2020 Winter Village set, and it's not yet on general release. It's only available to VIPs, which obviously, as anyone can be a VIP, could be anyone. So I've got this on the day of release because I'm going to buy it anyway, so there's no point waiting for a good offer. I want it in my Winter Village this year, so I figured get it early, get it built, get it reviewed, and then I've got more time to try and work out where to place it in the Winter Village. So we're going to give it a quick build. It's not a massive set, so it shouldn't take too long. And then I'll come back and talk about it. See you in a bit. Right, I'm not sure if you spotted during that speed build, but I had a small visitor arrive in the Lego room about halfway through bag 1, and I let her stay until the end of bag 2. It was quite a painful process building with Leah, quite literally, because I wasn't expecting her to be here. So there's only one chair up in the Lego room, not space for 2. So she was sat on my lap, and the pins and needles was not fun. Also, I was trying to build it for me. This is one of my sets, so I wanted to do the building, and she got in the way of that a little bit. But at the same time, it was quite a nice time spent with her, and she enjoyed building it, I think. So maybe I'll let her build some other sets. I think I probably wouldn't pick one that is specifically sort of aimed at the upper age, purely because each step that she helped with had so many bits in it. So trying to keep her focused was a little tricky. I don't know if you spotted that I was doing quite a lot one-handed and when she wasn't looking, just to get through it, because her attention span had waned and she was just being silly, and my leg did not appreciate it. So but it was nice to have some company. Actually, with these Winter Village sets, we used to buy them around about Christmas and build them together, Ian and I. And we haven't really done that since the kids were born. We just don't get the time, and I want the set to be in the Winter Village ready for Christmas, and he's not bothered if I'm building it by myself. So I've done, I think, at least the last 3 by myself. Never probably this early. It's definitely the earliest I think I've bought one of these sets. For the bags 3, 4 and 5, well, I should probably say there's 5 bags in the set. So I did 1 and 2 with Leah, and then 3, 4 and 5 Ian was actually in the room, so that was nice. At least we got to spend some time together. He was sorting through one of the eBay sets that we've bought that needs washing and just making sure all the bits were there. So when I build sets, I recently have started building them using either my iPad or my laptop to put the instructions on, just to give me a little bit more space in front of me, because I'm not going to show you the Lego room because it's a bit of a state, but literally there's Lego on all the surfaces. There's not much space for building, so I need to clear up ready to show you a bit more. None of the sets are actually placed where they're going to be in the long run. They're just all over the place. So yeah, I try to build from the instructions digitally just to make it easier, and then you're not turning pages as well. It sort of speeds it up a little bit. But I went to download the instructions and they are not on the Lego website yet, and I don't know if that's related to the fact that it's not yet generally available or not. But yeah, I found that a little bit frustrating, and I guess because of that, the instruction booklet, it's one of the new black ones, and whilst I like the theme, I think they do look really good. I find it annoying that they mark so easily. You get fingerprints all over them, and it really bugs me. So that wasn't so good. So as I built some with Leah, I will talk about some of the bits that she liked best, I think, first. So she helped with the sleigh. She did enjoy building the sleigh. She wasn't sure which way around it went while we were building it. And that's another thing that is frustrating with building with Leah, is that she is fiercely independent and will continue to tell me that she knows what she's meant to be doing, and then put the pieces on back to front. So yeah, that was just a little bit frustrating. But I think she liked the sleigh. In the main set, she really enjoyed the teapot and the scissors and the clock. And in fact, so the scissors are down here, the clock up here, and the teapot over on the cabinet there. She wanted to add those at every single stage. Every time I got parts out, she got those and said, right, we'll add these. It's not time for those yet, I said, but She wouldn't listen. So those were her favourite pieces. She did ask which of the elves are girl elves, which is a typical Leah question. She's very interested in everything being girls, and not interested in boys. So she decided that this one here was a girl elf. She's already worked out that if it's got eyelashes, then it's a girl. That's Lego's way of doing it, so that's what she's known now. So not very prominent eyelashes, but eyelashes on there. So she's decided that's a girl elf. I think the rest are all boys, according to Leah. This one's tricky to see because there's a telescope in the way. Yeah, I think that's probably a boy. And again, this one might be a girl actually, but that one a bit closer. Got some small eyelashes, so yeah, I think that's probably a girl. I don't think she saw that one. She said that the door was a very North Pole-y type door. And I said, well, that's funny because this is at the North Pole. I don't know where she came up with that idea that it was a North Pole-y door, but it made me laugh. And I do really like the door. It's nice to not have like a standard door frame and actually use bricks themselves to build that. It's kind of a bit hobbity as well in my mind. So yeah, I like that. I really like the colour of this set. I've been trying to get the old fishing store for a while, which is the same sort of colour. I finally ordered it off of eBay the other day, but we've had a bit of a mix-up. They sent me the bookstore instead of the old fishing store, so I'm still hopeful that they've got the correct set and they'll send it to me when I've returned this one, but I might have to go back to eBay and start looking again, which is a bit upsetting. So there's quite a few small builds in bag one. So you've got obviously the reindeer and the sleigh. Now I don't really like the reindeer. I know a lot of people have seen it and are quite excited about that. But purely because I've got the Santa's, I think it's Santa's Workshop where you got reindeers before, and they're just not in keeping. So if you excuse the fact that this is quite an old set and it's fallen apart a little bit, these are the reindeers before, and actually, sorry, look away, but there are 2 reindeers without heads, because I think the clips have broken, and that's still on our list of things to fix. So that's the old reindeers, and so they're brick built, they're not a solid piece. And whilst I normally prefer the moulded pieces, and Ian normally likes the brick built better, I think just these ones are nicer. I don't know. And because there's 4 of them, we've already got 4. I think there's another one from a different set. It seems annoying that we've now got this one, which doesn't fit with it. So I don't know whether this can be the lead reindeer, maybe. I mean, it's not really a reindeer, is it? It's a stag. Because this is the Harry Potter Patronus stag, just in a different colour. So it feels a little bit of a cheat, and I think I'm disappointed in that bit. But then at the same time, it's quite a nice little sleigh. So yeah, it is what it is. There's also the Christmas tree. It's quite a nice Christmas tree. Again, the Winter Village comes with so many different Christmas trees. We've got Christmas trees coming out of our ears from all the sets. And this was, I think, quite a nice build. I'm disappointed in the colours of the baubles. I mean, tan? Who has tan baubles on their Christmas tree? Yeah, I don't know. I think I might swap some of those out for, well, definitely purple for sure. And maybe some blues and things. Because I'm a big fan of brightly coloured Christmas trees and baubles. So it definitely needs a bit more colour there. But the slopes, all those slopey pieces, makes it look pretty realistic. It's quite painful to hold. It's very jaggedy. But it looks good and it's very solid. So that's fun. The star's a bit simple, I think. I don't know. maybe a bit too big. I'm not sure. But I liked the build. I enjoyed building it. And I managed to get, I think, all of that done before Leah snuck in. There's a couple of brick built presents. So just pretty simple. A couple of blocks. Same again in red. And then there's some toys, I guess, that the elves have been making. So you've got a little aeroplane, little propeller plane there, which is quite sweet. And then this one I like. I think this is probably my favourite one. A little boat, or ship, I guess. I think that's quite nice. So, and then there's a small piano or keyboard, I guess, which after just building the haunted house organ seems a little small and a bit simple, but different set, so I guess not the focus. And then there's this computer, which in itself is quite a nice computer. I don't know if you can see, it says nice list on there. It's got a list of, well, it's got some lines that are meant to be names, I guess. And Ian tells me that that's there because the person who designed this set used to make lots of different computers in sets. That's kind of their specialist thing. So fair enough, but I just don't get how it fits. And this kind of brings me to the main part of this. It's called an elf clubhouse. So I think when I think clubhouse, we have a clubhouse at work. It's a bar where we go to have a meal or a drink after work. There's a sports hall attached, so you can go play games. And you have like after work activity type things. Whereas this, I don't know, this doesn't seem like that to me. So if we turn it around, you can have a look at the inside. We've got beds for starters, so there's no beds in our clubhouse. So it doesn't feel clubhouse to me. It feels more like house. I don't know. Maybe clubhouse is different in America or Denmark or whatever. But then there's the chimney fell off, which is probably helpful because I can show you closer. So you've got the little breakfast bar down here, and a nice on the wall. There's that picture of all the elves plus Santa, which is another thing. There's no Santa in this set. You've got a wrapping station here, so that kind of feels more elf workshop than clubhouse again. And that's the same thing with the computer. That feels worky to me, not after worky. And yeah, so then there's the beds where they can sleep. So again, house. I think I already mentioned that. This bit kind of seems more clubhouse. So you've got the fun telescope. You can maybe be part of the astronomy club and go there after work. But yeah, it's a bit confusing to me. We've got a light brick in this set. So if I push it back a bit. It's quite a tall set for the Winter Village, actually. So it will definitely give some height in there. So it's just above this here. The mechanism to turn that on is, I want to push it in towards, but you push it down. It's more like a lever than a button. So now the chimney fell off, but that's that gives us a closer look at it. So I don't know if you noticed in the breakfast bar they had some like little waffles, and so this is the waffle oven, and this is a nice playable feature. When I get a new set, I don't tend to do much research, especially when it's one that I know I'm going to buy anyway, because it's part of a series of sets that I collect. So I like to come to them fresh without any sort of preconceived notions of what bits are going to be fun and what aren't. So I didn't actually know anything about this. So as I'm building it, I'm trying to work out why this thing tilts. I had no clue what was coming. But you put the toaster waffles in that little hole there, and then this bit makes them fall into the little pan, and so then you can tip them out and put them on the plate. Or put them back in so that you can play again. Bit fiddly, but pretty cool. So there you go. Toast those toaster waffles. Oh no, I'm going to have a stack and it's going to get jammed. Oh, there we go. So I think that's fun. I like that. And I think I like it more because I didn't know it was coming. Whereas Ian went, oh yeah, that's the toaster thing. Oh, okay. He's already looked it all up. He knows. You got your stocking as well. Nice hangy stocking. Quite like those. I think this bit here is meant for parking your sleigh. But he doesn't fit under, so he's going to have to reverse somehow. There we go. Fiddly, but there you go. So he has to stay out in the cold. Now, the beds. I don't know if you know about the hidden feature of the beds. Let's find me an elf to show you this. No, that's a Christmas tree. There's an elf, right. So the fun part about the beds is that you can put the elves in the bed. And eventually you get them to stay. And that is one of my complaints about this, because it's very fiddly. Getting them to stay, especially when you're trying to put all three in, pretty much impossible. And then you just twiddle this clock. Ready, steady, whoop, and out they fall. Fun, a little bit strange. Again, because if this is the clubhouse in my mind, it should be a fun place, not a get back to work kind of place. So that feels a bit too, I don't know, mean. I don't. Maybe it's just that they really like to get to work really quickly, so that's the easiest way. But I'm not so sure. I think the last thing I'll say is the wrapping station. I think is one of my favourites. I think that's quite cleverly done. But the fairy lights, so they're quite big fairy lights, quite chunky, and I actually really like them. I'm used to the fairy lights being more like, this is the one from the Winter Village house. These ones, so the sort of 1x1 plates, modified plates with 1x1 round plates on top. Whereas these are a little bit more swishy, I think is the word I'd use. And they're hard to sort of get into one line, but I think they look more like tassels kind of thing. And I like them. I think they're good. So I think I might make some more for some of the other sets. We don't have much fairy lights going on by the looks of it. I thought more of the sets had them, so I don't know if they've fallen off and we haven't put them back on. I'll have to check. So that's what I think of the Winter Village Elf Clubhouse. I've totally broken it in showing it to you. There we go. So it's a little fragile in places. Oh, and there's a sign. That's where this piece fell off. North Pole. Nice candy cane sign, and that, in fact, ties in nicely to the gingerbread house last year. And I think there's another sign that came with one of the sets, a much smaller sign somewhere. But I sort of said to Ian that we need to make sure we put the sets in the right place, because obviously you've got the workshop sign and we have the workshop, so they need to go together. But it looks really nice, this set. I definitely don't have any problems adding it to my Winter Village. There was no way I wasn't going to get it, so I'm kind of one of those people who will just buy Lego no matter what. But if you're not, then it's helpful to see these reviews, and I'd say it's worth getting. It was a fun build. It didn't take me too long once I got rid of Leah back downstairs. It would have been quicker if I'd charged my phone and actually been able to film it all in one go. But I was too lazy to walk all the way downstairs because our Lego room's in the loft and it's quite a long way to go to get a charger. Plus, it's always risky at night coming back down the stairs and back up again because they creak and they're right outside Leah's room, and I don't want her waking up and trying to come and play Lego at 11 o'clock at night. So, yeah. Bit chatty today, sorry. So it's $84.99 from the UK. I have no idea about the US, but the equivalent price, obviously. I should probably look that up. I apologise. So I say get it. A couple of things don't make sense to me, but it looks pretty. It's a fun build. There's some really good fun elements in it. And it will join in nicely to the Winter Village. So if you are interested in getting it, I'll put an affiliate link down the bottom, which you can use straight away if you're a VIP or after the 1st of October if you're not, or just sign up to be a VIP. You've got nothing to lose. And let me know in the comments below if you'll be getting this set or if you don't like it or not. And if you have any of the other Winter Village sets, stay tuned in, I think, November. We'll be bringing some more details of our Winter Village before Christmas. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss that. See you later.